Yes, I, my brothers, my sisters, lovers, haters, friends and neighbours, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls and vibrations in the mind of the one true God, one truth. I hope everyone's well this morning. In fact, I hope everyone is fanny-tastic this morning. I'm in a great mood. What a day to be alive. Praise the Lord. I've got a bit on this morning. I'm a busy boy. I've been out already. I'm just getting back. I've been to see a man about a dog. The youngest stopped last night. I'm training in half an hour. I'll be there an hour. I'll come back. I'll make the youngest some breakfast. I'm taking me and the youngest to the barbers. Then I'm going to the physio. Then I'm taking the youngest and dropping the youngest off after the eldest's. And I'm heading down to Manchester to watch the BKFC. I'm heading down to watch Foxy take on John O'Chipchase in the main event tonight. And I love going to the BKFC shows. I love attending them in whatever capacity. I love obviously fighting on them. I love being there as a member of Team Fox, and I'm Team Fox till I die. Or I love just going there as a fight fan, a spectator. These shows are getting further and further elevations in professionalism and production. I advise anybody who's a fight fan to go along to a BKFC event. And changes the whole game for you. I don't watch glove boxing or MMA really nowadays. I'm all about the bare knuckle, and I've been a fight fan my whole life, and this has just transformed my interest. It's the only thing what really matters now to me, bare knuckle, as far as combat sports is concerned. It's the future. What can I say? We'll see how this fight goes tonight. May the best man win. May the best man win. Jono's Jono. He's a real bad man. He's a good fighter. But I'm backing Foxy all the way. Obviously I'm biased because I love the lad. But time will tell how it pans out. This is bare knuckle. Anybody can beat anybody on the night. So, may the best man win. This is what I tell people all the time about this game. Anybody can beat anybody on the night. Like if you've got a good camp behind you and you're in there swinging punches with a will to win, then you have got as much chance as anybody. It's as simple as that. It's not glove boxing. Your knuckles are like blades when they're flying through the air at that sort of speed. Anybody is only one punch away from beating anybody in this game, right? Believe that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing all the BKFC family. I love the BKFC. What can I say? I absolutely love the BKFC. I'm a company man. I have been from the start. And I'm very pleased and I'm very proud to be one of the names that's pioneered this company since it landed on these shores at BKFC 27. One of the names that's helped, expand and promote this company in the UK. And they've rewarded me many, many times. They've just rewarded me again with another massive fight, massive payday, main event. Like, I'm absolutely over the moon. I've been a company man from the start. I always ask for the best available opponents. In fairness, I'm like a promotion's wet dream, to be fair. I'm game. I can sell tickets. And I absolutely love it. What can I say? I love the BKFC. Massive shout out to Dave Feldman, Andy Bakewell, Conor McGregor. What an outfit. What an outfit. There is some people out there that complain about the BKFC in certain aspects, this, that and the other. I get it. I get it. There isn't room for everybody. I get that. But man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm thankful to the BKFC for what they've done for me in my life, and the lifestyle that they've given me and my family. Praise the BKFC, and praise the Lord for the BKFC, because, my life took a turn for the better when I made my debut on the BKFC, and I love the company. I absolutely love the company, and I'm a company man, and I'm very easy to deal with, and I think that's part of the problem sometimes with some of these fighters on the BKFC. Not all of them, of course. I mean, 80% of them are just savages. They're in it for the right reasons because they love to fight. But there is a few pretenders in this game. There really is. And they'll all get weaned out and found out, before long. But there is people in this game who they won't fight anybody and everybody. There is people who are like, oh, I don't want to fight that one over here, but I'll fight this one over here, mate. This is the BKFC. You fight who they tell you to fight. You're a pawn on a board. You know, we're all expendable. You hear some people say, oh, they don't half look after me. Do they really? Mate, you're expendable. You're like everybody else. You're a number. You're a pawn on a board. And I fight who the promotion tell me I'm fighting. All I do is ask for the best available opponents. That's it. You know, I'm very easy to deal with. And what can I say? You know, it's been a beneficial relationship mutually. Like I say, I'm glad I've been one of the fighters that's helped pioneer this company and get it to where it is in the UK. Waiting on a massive fight being announced. And I thank them again for another amazing opportunity. You know, it's the last fight on my contract. We've had to go down to welterweight to get the fights that I want. There was a fight there I wanted at middleweight. We just couldn't get it over the line. You know, it was the fight that made sense, really. I am a middleweight. You know, I'm a natural middleweight. And that's where I should be competing. But we've had to go down to welterweight because we can't get the fight that I want. You know, I think the two best UK middleweights should fight each other. But hey ho, you know, that's just my opinion. You know, everybody's got their own reasons, and some people I get, there is people out there, you know, rough game, hard men, whatever, but they don't want to fight people who they know. They don't want to fight friends. They don't want to fight mates. Well, I get that. You know, I get that and I appreciate that. But me, I'm here to fight anybody. Absolutely anybody. You know, this isn't a straightener over money or a woman. You know, this is a sport. We're getting paid. Like, I've had to go down to welterweight to fight someone who I love. I absolutely love and respect and admire the person who I'm fighting. I've looked up to him in many ways in this game. But, you know, the call came, do you want to fight this person? Here's the money. Here's the opportunity. It's here. And I do what I always do. I said yes. You know, I say yes because it seems like they're having some difficulty matching this lad at the minute. And I'm the man. You know, I don't mind fighting anybody at any weight, as long as I can make the weight safely, which I'm sure I can. I don't mind fighting anybody in this game. You know, I'd fight Gary Fox if the promotion asked me to. And it's no secret, I absolutely love Gary Fox. But like I say, this is a sport. We're getting paid, and may the best man win. You know, I don't mind getting beat off anybody that I would call a friend. You know, especially if it's a title fight. Like, if somebody can beat me and earn that victory or whatever, like, I'll put my hand out and I'll say, well done. And if there's a title there, I'll be the one to wrap the title around you and say, well done, mate. You know, on you go. I wish you all the very best. Because that's just how it is. You know, and these things are what they are. You know, not everybody's the same in this game. You know, and I respect everybody, you know, all the same, really. But you know, there is some people who pick and choose, and there is a few pretenders, you know. And if you think I'm talking about you, then I am. You know, then I am. If you think the shoe fits, then it does. You know, I'm here to fight anybody in this game. I don't mind getting beat. I don't mind getting sledged and flatlined in 10 seconds. I just don't mind. You see, because when you get beat and you get switched off or you get stopped or whatever, like, that's out your hands. You've done as best as you could do that night. That's out your hands. It's up to you whether you fight that person or not. You know, I've said a million times, you can't win them all, but you can fight them all. You know, it's a conscious choice whether you want to take that person on and engage with them. Like, if you get beat, so what? It's just a fight. Like who cares? It's, you know, it is what it is. You know, this is the BKFC. I thought you were here to fight the best available opponents, you know, but maybe that's just some people, you know, and maybe some people want to, you know, skirt round the best lads and pick and choose. Of course, that's up to them. You know, I wish everybody all the very best anyway. But, yeah. One more thing before I go. The two people who sent me stuff last night and this morning about, like, have you seen what he's said? Have you seen what he's said about you? Like, mate, don't be that person. Do not be that person. If you're a man, I'm excluding women in this one. If you're a man, do not be that person that runs to other men saying, have you seen what he's saying about you? Like, sending people links of what someone said in this dark corner of YouTube. Like, have you seen what he's been saying about you? Like, mate, I feel like turning up at your door and giving you the throat punch, you big, soft bastard. Like, what's that all about? And isn't it funny, the people who run back and forward with gossip, the people who run back and forward and say, oh, Danny, have you heard what he's saying about you? Like, these are the people that couldn't knock the fluff off a cappuccino. Like, these people wouldn't even stand up for their own. Never mind stand up for themselves. But they want to come to me and they want to see me do something of someone else that someone said, mate, get a grip of yourself, right? Don't be one of them men, right? Have a beautiful day, everybody. Up the fox. Ta-ra for now.